Russia is bombarding towns and cities in the east, and some outside Ukraine are questioning whether the free world can sustain its support, and claiming that some are beginning to tire of this war. Mr. Speaker, the people of Ukraine do not have that luxury. Our answer must be clear. We will never tire of defending freedom and democracy. Russian aggression cannot be appeased. It will be met with strength. We know what is happening on the ground in Ukraine. Evidence grows of heinous war crimes, the butchery of innocent Ukrainian civilians, rape, torture and abduction. We will ensure these crimes are fully investigated and that justice is done. Hear, hear. Russian proxies are breaching the Geneva Convention on Prisoners of War, including the targeting of British citizens. I utterly condemn these actions, and we're working through the Ukrainian authorities to secure their release and hold Russia to account. I'm in close contact with my Ukrainian counterpart, Dmytro Kuleba. Allowing aggression to succeed would only bring further conflict and misery, and this war would not stop in Ukraine. So we are committed to stepping up our commitment, maintaining the pressure on Russia's economy and entrenching our policy of containment and isolation of Russia. In the coming weeks, leaders will meet at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting and at the G7, G20 and NATO summits. These meetings are an opportunity to stand with Ukraine and to stand up for sovereignty and freedom. Ukraine can and must win this war. We will never backslide on our commitments, however long this conflict goes on. Our determination to defend our principles will outmatch those of the aggressors. And the result of Putin's aggression so far has been to unite the free world. We are stronger now than we were 4 months ago, and Russia is weaker. We must maintain this unity. We must be relentless in delivering military aid at this critical time. This includes long-range weapons and other vital needs, and improving the quality of Ukraine's military equipment to long-term to NATO standards. That's why my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, launched the UK-Poland Joint Commission in early April, and we're working with Ukraine and other allies to shape its future defence strategy and deter future aggression. We must also back Ukraine in any negotiations. So far, Russia has shown they're not serious about negotiations. We can never allow Ukraine to be pressurised into giving up territory in a way that we would never accept ourselves. Through the G7 and NATO, we are doing everything we can to strengthen Ukraine's hand. We need to also make sure that our Baltic friends and our Polish friends are involved. Sanctions must be kept in place while Russian boots are on Ukrainian soil, and we must keep increasing the pressure. Today, I have announced our latest sanctions package. This includes Patriarch Kirill, the head of the Russian Orthodox Church, who has repeatedly abused his position to justify the war. It includes Russia's Children's Rights Commissioner, who has orchestrated a policy that enables the forced transfer and adoption of Ukrainian children into Russia. And it includes 4 further collaborators in the breakaway republics for their collusion in this occupation. Whilst our immediate priority must be to help Ukraine win the war, we're also working to rebuild the country as fast as possible with a new Marshall Plan. At the Ukraine Recovery Conference in Lugano next month, we will rally the international reconstruction efforts, urging all of our partners to bring ambitious offers to the table. I'm working with Minister Kuleba on new investment into Kyiv and to help reconstruct those towns in the region that have been liberated from Russia's destructive occupation. Russia's efforts to destroy Ukraine will only lead to it becoming a stronger, more prosperous and more united European nation. We must also end Russia's attack on global food security. The Kremlin is blockading Ukrainian ports, shelling civilian infrastructure and preventing Ukraine from exporting its produce. By driving up food prices and creating shortages, they're punishing the world's poorest and most vulnerable. At the same time, they're peddling lies and disinformation, claiming the problems are because of sanctions. We are exposing these lies, and we're working with our partners to unlock the export of grain and open the commercial shipping routes. We will stand with our friends in the Commonwealth and beyond who are suffering. In the long run, there must be consequences for Russia's actions. For would-be aggressors everywhere, Putin must not only lose this war, he must also be denied any benefit from it. Any future aggression must be prevented, and Russia must be isolated on the world stage. Ukraine must prevail for the good of its people and to uphold the fundamental principles of sovereignty, self-determination, freedom and democracy. The UK stands with Ukraine for the long haul. I commend this statement to the House.